A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the participants from many countries across the globe. My sincere thanks to Dr. Sudarshanam Garu from Sri Venkateswara University for giving this opportunity to present my perspective on hydroponics in India. The food most of us today eat is full of harmful chemicals. We all find it impossible to get high quality produce in the market. On one side, we are facing challenges to produce a quality food. On the other side, we are not able to manage the post harvest losses till the produce reaching the customers. So each year, around $1 trillion worth of food is wasted. So when it comes to future farming, on top of everyone's mind, it's hydroponics. So we speak about quality, organically grown produce. So we all think about hydroponics. So I am based out of Windsor in Ontario, which is 30 minutes drive to Leamington, world's largest cluster for the hydroponics or controlled environment agriculture. So out of my personal experience of understanding some of the best practices in hydroponics here in North America and being an agriculture graduate, I did my masters and coming from an agriculture family, I give my views on a futuristic approach to hydroponics in India. So, to introduce hydroponics, today everyone talks about hydroponics. It has become a buzzword in today's world. Everyone talks about problems and challenges. I would like to emphasize more on the possible solutions from a technology perspective. Why hydroponics? With its major USP being the ability to grow anything, anywhere, anytime, we think of such a unique technology to grow our own food, which is protective cultivation and controlled environment agriculture or hydroponics. In India, hydroponic produces just 1% of the food value chain. Yes, it is gaining good traction, but not to the level that the outside countries are growing. The challenge for hydroponic farmers today is the fact that the technology is at very nascent stage. So getting access to the right people, right equipment, right technologies and process is not easy. It is impossible to even think about growing hydroponically at the scale at which traditional farmers do. Currently, it is not viable for commodity crops, but yes, once we deplete our freshwater resources and arable land in the couple of decades, the shift towards hydroponics would be much more apparent. The higher yields and productivity is expected to drive the hydroponics markets during the coming days or say next decade. It's going to revolutionize the whole food value chains. So some of the key constraints or restraints which is hampering the market growth would be the high initial capex and maintenance cost, return on investments, which are delayed by 5 years to 8 years, sustainability and scalability. The slow pace of shift towards hydroponics is also because of many unsolved problems in the conventional farming. We need to address some of the challenges in basic infrastructure at the farm level to control environment or control atmosphere storages, pack housing facilities, market linkages, and the list goes on. So technology is playing a major role in disruption of agriculture and driving force to boost production, quality, and productivity. Low awareness levels of technologies in the farming communities is also a big challenge today the country is facing. The race is on. We have seen more than 1,000 startups, to be precise, 1,300 startups in the agriculture technology space in last 2 years' time. There's a huge support to this ecosystem from venture capitalists, investors, and funding support from World Bank, Melinda Gates Foundation, and many more. Yes, the focus is towards agriculture. And today we see Bill Gates himself owns 2.42 lakh acres of farmland, being biggest farmer globally. Yes, the traction is building towards a futuristic and sustainable agriculture. What are the factors influencing the hydroponics? The global hydroponic market is estimated to grow by from 8.1 billion in 2019 to 16 billion by 2025, which is almost double at a growth rate of 12.1%. So hydroponics globally has grown because of the high yield and the productivity, which is by 2 to 5 times. This system eliminates the use of artificial ripening agents and pesticides, and creating superior nutritional vegetables. That said, India's overall fruits and vegetable market is 500,000 crores in 2015. Even if we assume a meager 0.5% of this overall market, it translates into a humongous opportunity of 2,500 crores for hydroponic produce alone, which may take at least a 5 years' time to materialize. Yes, but it's quite possible. So I come from an agriculture family, so we grow lemons. I just wanted to give some examples here. So I saw my father uh, from a small village in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh struggling to sell a bag of lemons of 100 kg at 1,000 rupees, like which is 10 rupees a kg. But the same lemons you find in metros like Hyderabad or Delhi sold at 100 rupees, or in Dubai at 1,000 rupees. And the same case with other products as well. Say in case of tomato, which we have seen in recent time, just few weeks back in the COVID times, farmers throwing uh, tomatoes on roads, and the same day prices of tomato in Delhi or Mumbai is at 50 rupees, 50 to 60 rupees a kg. Why is the price inflated by 20 to 100 times? Why is it so? The lack of efficient supply chain management, inefficient logistics, storage facilities, inconsistent supplies, which is affecting poor quality, traceability of food, food wastages, and resulting in the price inflation. So consumers no longer trust the origin of produce. So there's a lack of integrity on the entire food value chain we see. So I would like to stress upon some of the supply chain issues the fresh produce industry is facing today. So what's causing these critical agriculture supply chain issues? The IT usage in agriculture is less than 1% globally compared to other industries. Underlying the agriculture supply chain problems are both technology and market constraints, market deficiencies. So technology deficiency stems from low technology utilization, poor availability of IT to supply chain services. Market deficiency stems from poor market information and the inability to efficiently track produce on its journey throughout the supply chain. And other quality compliances, lack of global market outreach, lack of favorable bank terms to the stakeholders in the supply chain, and many more reasons. So you see the current supply chain model. This image here is a chart produced by the Produce Market Association in the US, a global trade organization. It shows the complexity of today's agriculture supply chain. The fundamental issue driving the technology and market is creating the product and business problems in the agriculture supply chain is a lack of IT integration in logistics. The lack of IT in logistics from farm to retail means each participant functions as an information silo, resulting in inconsistent data, slow data exchange, slow financial settlements, and vulnerability to human error. This lack of integration affects forecasting, delivery schedules, tracking, storage, and distribution. which also results in supply inconsistencies, poor inventory management, shipping delays, and leads to quality issues and food wastage. How does these new technologies help? So the technology that helps by providing the comprehensive IT integration needed to make the agriculture supply chain efficient, transparent, and profitable. There are technologies which can manage the entire supply chain management by providing a solution that integrates and enables complete track and trace, compliance monitoring, and synergy with all the value chain partners. They connect supply chain participants into one blockchain ledger, enabling all participants to see the same correct data instantaneously. Financial settlements, all payments are made automatically and instantly to avoid delays in the payment process. We have seen farmers getting payments in 60 days to 9 months, and especially in COVID, it was more than a month's time. So we can definitely have a transparent payment settlement system, more secure and real time, and also helps get produce to market faster and fresher. Helps monitor and track certification compliances, ensuring high quality produce consumers will pay for. It also helps reduce the time and cost of recalls by being able to track the exact source of produce. Technology integration in hydroponics. So, with rising investments from both government and private sector are expected to fuel the hydroponics, many businesses on the market are investing heavily in R&D to obtain state-of-art innovations that can improve productivity. So, the rising customer awareness about consuming fresh vegetables will increase the growth of hydroponics market. Demand for exotic fruits and vegetables have been growing steadily at a higher pace because of increased consumer buying power. To deliver its advanced capabilities, these technologies exploits not just blockchain, but other advanced technologies as well. Blockchain technologies provide the data connection and the secure, immutable, accurate data and reliability to increase trust between the value chain partners. Big data analytics deliver the ability to mine the extensive blockchain data and deliver up to date real market intelligence and can enable more accurate planning and forecasting. Artificial intelligence to support end to end visibility and reduce reaction times. So artificial intelligence also helps prioritize important information and display alerts, trends, and many more. Internet of Things, assisted by RFID technologies, sensors, and other supporting technologies and tools to track all data related to individual units of produce and generate precise produce journey information, enabling very granular insights. So, coming to a futuristic approach, real need for Indian ecosystem. So, we need to create a favorable or a congenial ecosystem with a kind of potential, very innovative and intelligent manpower the country has. We have to bring all resources as a service sector by creating an environment for entrepreneurs to venture into new technologies like hydroponics. At a scale, the industry can sustain by itself within agriculture. So, considering huge employment opportunities, exponential growth, revenue generation from produce of high export value, and more importantly, providing a fresher and quality food to feed the growing population. Government of India should have an exclusive national level policy and controlled environment agriculture policy with a detailed roadmap for implementation, which should have financial assistance, subsidized power, exemptions on import duty, on hydroponic equipments, other technologies, supply chain, infrastructure, farm level processing and packaging facilities, also help in exports for both fresh and value added products to grow local and sell global. There should there should be policy which should emphasize more on the growth prospects and treat hydroponics at par with the conventional farming till the industry as a whole becomes sustainable in the next decade. A dedicated department for hydroponic farming under the Ministry of Agriculture to have a specialized focus. A special purpose vehicle to be formed by representatives from agriculture universities, scientists, industry experts, hydroponic and organic farming consultants, farmer associations, seed companies to develop a roadmap for the hydroponic parks across the country. It is estimated that the investment to set up 1 acre of hydroponics is around 35 to 40 lakhs, which is very high for small entrepreneurs to venture into. So there's a real need to develop or focus on hydroponic parks across the country on PPP model through support from all the major agriculture universities and research institutions. These parks should provide plug-in and play support with all the necessary infrastructure like power, water, statutory approvals, all kind of support from seed to fork, all technologies, market linkage support, trade and export promotions, quality testing laboratories, food quarantines, quality compliances meeting FDI, and all necessary infrastructure required and encourage more private sector participation. They can range from 1,000 square meters to 5 acres and encourage more IT professionals, bankers, agriculture scientists, graduates from business schools, and most importantly, NRIs who are looking up to agriculture and venturing into it on a commercial scale. We have seen in recent times they're doing weekend agricultures and seriously trying to adopt new technologies and scale up in the agriculture sector. Government should think of developing center of excellence across the state for hydroponic farming with specialized exotic crops, which has the capabilities to demonstrate best practices around the globe, capacity building programs, farmer training centers, massive online open online courses and learnings, hydroponic training institutions and certifications, and learnings from these forward thinking countries. And also emphasis should be on specialized banking needs for hydroponics under RBI to bring this under PSL, priority sector lending, and ease of funding norms without any collateral to encourage more farmers to become entrepreneurs. And also trade export promotion councils for hydroponic produce across the states, FPOs and FPC strengthening, under hydroponics. We have seen in recent times the more focus on creation of FPOs uh, and the government issuing budgets, large budgets for FPO creation and strengthening them. So we need to bring hydroponics under this initiative. One produce, one cluster approaches. Most of the states started doing this, so we should consider this model. We should work on this and drive towards chemical-free organic produce to make a ROI and scalable model for hydroponic sector. These are some of the suggestions which would be needed, to have a favorable ecosystem for hydroponics to grow and excel. So concluding my perspective on hydroponics or soilless cultivation, we are seeing a new age farmers who are more educated, innovative, and entrepreneurial today. So they have the capabilities to revolutionize the Indian agriculture tomorrow. So a future is all about education, using emerging technologies, adopting a new way of growing healthy, fresh produce to feed the growing population. We have seen enough of COVID last one and a half year. Let's improve our immune system with healthy and more organically grown food to fight any pandemics. With this, I thank everyone for listening to me. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep happy. Jai Hind. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.